So, Charlie Bell, with a season that's rapidly looking like play your cards right, high, low, a frustrating afternoon.
Yeah, I think you bang on right. I think we do have to, in our moments, get better with our consistency, because we never want to be a team that's, as say, has the highs and then very quickly have the lows. It is football as well in times. I think on Wednesday we probably weren't at our best and got 3 points. I think then today we've gone and probably created a lot more chances than Wednesday. Sorry, but in the end, few haven't fallen for us. It doesn't mean that we didn't do things well enough. I didn't think in the first half, and what we can't keep doing is giving ourselves a big mountain to climb, because you see the reaction with the group. They will react, they will buy into what we're doing. It just has to come a little bit sooner than potentially half time or later.
I say, obviously, well, I do believe he's always trying to look at the positives. Obviously, there was fighting there. Obviously, up against a very experienced goalkeeper, but the only miss, Sally, with getting her first senior goal.
Yeah, no.
I see the smile on your face, so that's a bit of pride coming there as well.
Yeah, and I think it's always been pleasing when you've worked with a player for so long, not just in the women's setup for our RTC programme. And Leonie's always been a really, really exciting player. We've gradually built her in. And the most pleasing thing, I think, for the goal is learning, taking on board what you said, stay on the ball, because you've got electric pace, and the finish was such a ruthless finish, and she will cause such a threat in terms of those moments. So just keep building on that. But that's massive for her, and yeah, real positive takeaway from the game.
But obviously now going into effectively a 2-week break from the league, but 2 weeks of back-to-back cup football. How do you plan for that? Do you look at that differently from a league playing structuring for a league campaign to then thinking differently for the cups?
I don't think it's changing, no, because I think we want to win every game of football, and that's in the league, and the cup is the same thing. You need to win them cup games. I think for us, it's just, like I said to him at the end, it can't be just focused towards that Watford game, because we have 2 massive cup games, and I think now it's an opportunity. I think the Watford League game will be one of the biggest in kind of the league, because of the rivalry, because of the quality that Watford bring, and it being very local. But we have to have players out there that want to get their place in that starting lineup for that game. And I thought some players, like you said, mentioned Leone, going out there and really impacting the game. They have to then, as I say, show that during those cup games, because I feel that's what's going to show us and build our team. Ultimately today we've lost a game of football and we need to regroup. But now again, more travels on the road. We have to keep trying to stick to our identity, because performances will start coming. I truly believe that, and goals and consistency of wins.
And obviously next weekend, just touching briefly on those 2 cup weekends, off to a happy hunting ground at Chelsea. But again, obviously they're a step below. Cheshire United the week after. They're both Tier 4 teams now, but you won't be taking them lightly at all.
Oh, not at all. And I think you see the last 2 games with Billericay, with Cheltenham, 2 teams that have come up from Tier 4. The gap's closing, the gap's getting closer, and I think the quality across Tier 4 is massive. So we don't have the right to be able to go into them games. We learned from Chelsea, like I said, last season when we played them twice. We were 1-0 down at half time, and ultimately that was one of the biggest games of the season, and that last 45 minutes defined us. Again at home, we had to 93rd minute win it from loose. So actually in them moments we have to understand, and both Cheshire's a little bit of a rivalry as well. Yeah. That county cup game is usually, or has been, the cup final for a large spell. So
top 2 sides really, top 2 ranked sides, which is unbelievable. But top 2 sides, top 2 seeded teams are getting drawn against each other in the first round.
Yeah.
But things for the fans to get behind the team as well. And I know there'll be probably a few driving down next week to get behind the team.
Yeah, and I think it's a huge lift that they're behind us again. Every moment they were kicking every ball with us, and you saw that. Look, the group didn't give in till the night, or till the whistle was blown. So we can't ever fault that. It's just now learning. Keep saying we're a young group, but we have to learn as the games go on to build that experience and use the experience we've got around us to ultimately, like I said, keep performances better, slightly better, and then getting the wins that hopefully will come in the next few weeks.